Hello, I'm James Henry. Beloved, it is good to have you join together with me on this Thursday or Friday broadcast of the week. We have recently been taking up different practices, although for most recently we've been working with sacred reading in Latin, Lectio Divina. It's an opportunity for us to listen to Scripture, a sacred text, and to let it speak to us, let Spirit speak to us, to set aside. I'm not saying that we should throw it away, but to set aside our concerns about scholarship and commentaries and what the original writer might have meant. Those are all good things. Those are good for Bible study, and I encourage you to do that. But Lectio Divina is to listen to the text, to listen and to listen for a word, a phrase, or an image that speaks to you today about what you need to know, or a word that might encourage or call you out. It's the anticipation that God is still speaking and that Spirit speaks to us even now in ways that we are surprised by sometimes. So we've been making our way through the first letter of John. We're in the second chapter, and we're looking today at verses 26 and 27. I encourage you to do Lectio Divina on your own if it's something that you find meaningful and helpful. It's simply reading a sacred text, the text that is sacred to you, in short enough snippets that you don't become bogged down by the length of it, but that you're able to focus in, really hone in on what a text might say to you, what word might be for you today, and then to let it roll over inside of you. What word might it be speaking to you right now at this place in which you find yourself today, right this moment? So in this short passage, what I'll do is I'll read it aloud to us. I will pause. You're welcome to just stop the video at that point and just let it speak a word to you. You can read it again to yourself, preferably aloud. It's helpful to engage your body in the whole thing, listening, the vibration of your vocal cords, the support that comes from breathing in and out from your lungs. All of that can help you absorb the message, not just intellectually, but spiritually, as you tune your heart, the ears of your heart, to hear what this may say to you. So listen to these words from 1 John chapter 2, beginning in verse 26. I write to warn you about the ones who are trying to lead you down the wrong path. But the sweet-smelling ointment of God's Spirit remains within you, and there is no need for anyone to teach you. The sweet-smelling ointment of His Spirit is your teacher in all things. Through it, God speaks only the truth and never anything false. So remain in harmony with God, just as God has taught you through Jesus. My interpretation, what I heard, what this passage spoke to me, is about the inner teacher. In my work as a pastor, I do some teaching. I lead classes. I speak about particular topics as I understand them from the sacred texts, etc. People are listen to what I have to say. And sometimes what I have to say catches them. It rings true, and sometimes it doesn't. What I hear this text inviting me to do is to listen to the inner teacher, to the spirit within me. That I can listen to other teachers. I can listen to what folks, and there are a lot of wonderful, deep, wise teachers in my life. People who speak into my life all kinds of wonderful truths. But if I'm being completely honest, what is most true is the inner teacher, the spirit that is that sweet smelling ointment of which this letter speaks. And it will ring true. In my life, sometimes I wonder if we are really learning things from the outside or being reminded of things that are being taught to us from the inside, that there is an inner guide, an inner teacher. And when I hear some people speak, it's almost as if a bell goes off inside my heart that says, there is truth in what this is said. Because what is true is true. It doesn't matter who says it. It matters if it is true. And so it rings true. There are also some things that I hear periodically that do not ring true, that do not speak. And I think that's the inner guide, the inner teacher who is saying, no, this is not it. This is not it. So I was never raised. I was raised religiously for a long time. Mom and Dad are probably going to watch this. They had been married for 70 years as of yesterday, at the time I'm speaking. But the truth is, I was raised in a religious home. I regularly practiced and was learning all sorts of good things growing up. But no one really ever, it was always about learning from the outside, taking it in from the outside, measuring everything by some outer authority. And I wonder if this first letter of John isn't suggesting too that there is an inner authority. I don't think it's just suggesting it. It is reminding me of what I know to be true. Oftentimes, this inner teacher teaches me what I need to know. It brings out in the text what I need. And I want to encourage you to listen. Listen with the ears of your heart and listen to the inner teacher, not just to the outer teacher. You can listen to outer teachers as well, whatever form they come in. But listen to the inner teacher who will help you really discern and hear what it is that God needs for you to hear. Remember always and everywhere that you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. If the practice of Lectio Divina or other practices help you, I encourage you to practice them, because faith and spirituality is a matter of practice. But whether you do or not, you're still infinitely precious. You are still unconditionally loved. You are still an irrepeatable gift. So until the next time I see you with a practice or a thought or a teaching, I wish you all the best.